Brace the pain like I'm Nagato. Got no father like I'm Naruto. Keep the blade on me, Ichigo. Who really wanna go toe for toe? GTR from Tokyo. Diamonds whipping up on the stove. Lucky man like a 4-leaf clove. Diamonds wanna go.
Hello guys, my name is Nagato, and for today's tutorial I'm basically going to be showing you guys on how to install Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep for your modded PlayStation Vita or modded PlayStation TV. As most of y'all guys know, in the Kingdom Hearts community, Birth by Sleep was never ported to the PlayStation Vita or wasn't even as a PSP classic in the PSN store for the Vita, but now using Adrenaline, you can now play this wonderful classic on your PlayStation Vita or even on the big screen on your modded PS TV. Like I like to state in all my videos, the prerequisites and what tools and programs you need. You either need a modded PlayStation Vita or TV, whether from the firmware is between 3.60 to 3.68. So whether if you're using Henkaku Enso, H-Encore, just regular Henkaku / like molecular shell, you could do this process. I have some files that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to go through each one. Basically, you're going to need to download all these files right here. I'll have a link in the description below, except the Kingdom Hearts game, of course. I'm not linking that, but basically the 3 files. The first one is Adrenaline, and basically Adrenaline is a tie-in emulator for your PlayStation Vita. It basically emulates the internal PSP software from your Vita and basically turns your PlayStation Vita into a full-blown PSP. Like, it still has the same UI menu and all that fun stuff. And this is probably one of my favorite emulator apps of all time because I think it's pretty amazing how it's implemented. Also, what you need for this process is AutoPlugin. Due to one of the cool features with playing Kingdom Hearts on the Vita is now you can use both of your analog sticks. Basically, if y'all guys remember playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on your PSP, y'all guys would have to basically move the camera around using the shoulder buttons using L and R. In this case, since the Vita has both dual analog, like just regular DualShock controllers have, you can now turn the camera on your right analog stick, so it makes the game more enjoyable and more fun and pretty much quite easy compared to the original PlayStation port or PSP port of the game. So that's why I suggest using AutoPlugin. It's optional, but I highly recommend it. Also, you will probably need this file called 6.61 PB, and this is basically the firmware that you need to install on Adrenaline. With that being said, and of course you need Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep game. It doesn't matter what region it is. I'm having the USA version. But with that being said, once you got all those 4 files and basically 2 more files I'm gonna speak of, you basically also need VitaShell. If you guys don't know how to install that, I'll have a GitHub link basically telling you how to install that. Most people who have modded PlayStation Vitas or PS TVs already have VitaShell, so I really don't speak on too much about that. And also, you either need a FTP client. In this case, I'm using FileZilla for this process. You could use your USB cable. It really doesn't matter. You just got to follow the same steps. With that being said, I think I cleared all my bases, and now I'm going to go straight back to the Vita. Alright guys, so make sure your Wi-Fi is on. If you do already have Adrenaline installed, just go ahead for this process, delete it. And then also, what you want to do, if you also have AutoPlugin installed, you basically, and it's higher from, I think, version 3.80, I guess, you already have the remaster controls. But in just this case of the video, go ahead and just delete it so you can ensure you have the latest version of AutoPlugin. But now what you want to do is go ahead and open up VitaShell. And then from VitaShell, guys, what you want to do is hit start, and depending if you're using USB to transfer files, go ahead and hit on your directional pad, go where it says select button, and you could either toggle the option to USB by using left or right on the D-pad, but in this case I'm using FTP, so if you have FTP, just hover over it and then now press circle to back out, and now hit select if you're doing FTP, which in this case I am for this video. And now what you want to do is make sure your FTP server is broadcasting, so it says my IP and then my port. Now what you want to do from there is go ahead back to your PC and either open any FTP client. In this case I'm using FileZilla, and I have FileZilla right here. Let me go ahead and just back out. So okay, go ahead and FileZilla, type in your IP right here. Your port's always 1337 for the Vita, and then always hit quick connect. And then now you should see all your file directories that are hidden onto your PlayStation Vita. So the one we're going to be focused on today is UX0, aka your memory card. And now from there, what you want to do is drag and drop these two files right here, Adrenaline and AutoPlugin to UX0. I'm not going to do that in this case due to the fact I already have them on my memory card, and I could show you right here. So I don't want to waste any more time doing this video. So as you see, Adrenaline is here for me, and I also have AutoPlugin. Once you basically have these two successfully transferred, a little notification will pop up on the side of the FTP client saying that your files has transferred successfully. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and back onto my Vita. If you're doing the process on USB, just go ahead and still drag it to over UX0 onto your on Windows. But now I'm going to go back to the PC. So once you successfully transfer those files over, you could X out the FTP server. Now if you were looking from this way, go ahead into UX0, aka your memory card, scroll all the way down, and you should see two files, aka Adrenaline and AutoPlugin. Go ahead and install Adrenaline, and then also you want to install AutoPlugin. Make sure you have unsafe homebrew unticked within, or enabled I should say, in your settings on your PlayStation Vita, so you could basically access or basically have accessibility and to install these VPKs, because when you have VitaShell, it does only block you out for basically trying to block out any other homebrew just to keep your Vita safe. But with that being said, go ahead and install both of these VPKs, and once those two VPKs install, they should pop back up in your live area. The first VPK we're going to be messing with is AutoPlugin to install the remaster controls. I know with the remaster controls too, there's other games that you could basically get remaster controls for your PlayStation Vita to use dual analog, like the Warriors, both of the Grand Theft Auto games, and I think Metal Gear Solid. But with that being said, go ahead and back out of VitaShell. Scroll down till you see Adrenaline and AutoPlugin. Go ahead and hit AutoPlugin. And now once it boots up, what you want to do is go ahead into the second option, plugins for PlayStation Portable, and then go to the second option again, install remaster controls from TheOfficialFlow. And now either you could toggle left and right where you want to install these plugins. In this case, I'm just going to put it in UX0, and now you could scroll down to whatever game you want to do it. In this case, since we're doing Kingdom Hearts Remastered, just go ahead and hit click X. I've already had this installed, but what you want to do here is go ahead and restart your Vita and then boot back up to VitaShell. So if you need to run H-Encore to basically get the Henkaku exploit running again, then do that. But in this case, I'm just not going to skip that step since I already had it installed. And now what you want to do is go ahead and boot up Adrenaline for the first time. Now it may give you an error saying that you can't successfully install the PB or the 6.61 firmware PB on your memory card. Just go ahead and hit X. If it does give you an issue like it did me, cannot find UX0 app PSP emu CFW, what you want to do is go ahead to exit. Please hold the PS button, open settings, and select exit. So what you want to do is hold the PlayStation button for like a good 2 seconds. Then you should get this menu. Go ahead and exit out of PSMU application. If you do get this error, what you want to do now is go into VitaShell, and now what you want to do is go ahead and transfer over, or basically booting up your FTP server if you're doing it this method. If not, just use the same steps I showed you before. But now go back to your PC, and now what we're going to do is transfer over that file so we can successfully install the firmware for the custom firmware for Adrenaline. So I'll meet you guys back on the PC. So once you're back on a PC right now, go to FileZilla. Go ahead and just hit quick connect. Once again, go ahead and make sure you're typing your IP, your port, and now go ahead in the UX0 app, and then you want to go to find over PSP MU CFW. That's basically adrenaline right there. And then from the file I have linked in the description, you just want to go ahead and drag and drop over. It may take a little while in this case, so I'm probably just going to pause the video right here, and then once that's done basically transferring over for me, I will basically show you how to install it using VitaShell. Okay, so it gave me the notification that my transfer has successfully installed over, as you see here. Now, what you want to do is go ahead and back out to your PlayStation Vita, and I'll get it broadcasted on the screen real quick. Go ahead and X out VitaShell, and now what you want to do is go ahead and back out of VitaShell. What I'm going to do is just restart VitaShell and then hit the PlayStation button. And now what you want to do from there, let's go ahead and rerun Adrenaline. And then now with Adrenaline having that file in, go ahead and press X. And now it should basically create all the directories for you and basically try to install the custom firmware onto your system. I'm going to probably pause the video right here because I'm not too sure how long it may take as well. But once it's fully installed, I'll meet y'all guys right back here. Okay guys, as you see right here, it did its thing, and now you should, once it's successfully installed, you should get this little message: the firmware has been installed successfully. Press X to boot into the PSP MU or the XMB. So that's what you want to do. Go ahead and hit X, and now you should get the typical PlayStation Portable sound. I know my volume's pretty low since I don't have the audio strictly connected into the PlayStation, or my PC. But you want to do is just go ahead and choose your language. In this case, I'm using English. Choose random, whatever time, it really doesn't matter. You can just go ahead and scroll through that, click X, and now you should see basically your PlayStation Portable like XMB dashboard. Now what you want to do is go ahead and hold on to your PlayStation button on your Vita, and now hit settings, and now go back out to exit PlayStation Portable EMU application. And now what you want to do from there is go ahead back into VitaShell, and now from here, since we already got the remaster controls installed, now we're gonna actually put the game onto our system. So I'll just show you in VitaShell where we're gonna be putting it at. So you should get where it says PSP EMU right here. And now if you don't have this folder, go ahead and capitalize a folder called ISO in all caps. And the way how you do that is just go ahead and go to new folder, and then you could literally just type ISO in all caps. Go ahead and do that. You could either do it from FileZilla 2 or FTP, but you could just do it within VitaShell to save some time. If you see SA plugins, that's where you can see all your plugins for your game. So you can see how it says Birth by Sleep, and then it shows you basically the Birth by Sleep remaster controls, and game.txt basically shows the plugins for Adrenaline. So that's how you know when it's successfully installed too. But now we're gonna put Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep onto our Vitas. So now what you want to do is, either if you're going to do the USB method, go ahead and just press start, go down to where it says select, either you change it over to USB or FTP. In this case, I'm FTPing my game over. Go ahead and hit this right here, the server, basically just make sure it's running. And now we're going to go straight to our PC, so keep that window open. And now we're going to go straight back into FileZilla. Go ahead and type your IP like normal, hit quick connect, and now go to UX0, aka your memory card, go to PSP EMU, ISO, and now that's where we're going to drop all our games in. So basically for your games where it's located onto your PlayStation Vita, essentially, this is where it's going to be dumped at. So all you would have to do is take your Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep game, drag and drop. I think the game's like probably a gig, so it may take a little long. It says it's going to take me about, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes. I'll basically come back to y'all guys once that's successfully installed. And then from there, guys, I'm going to show you how to run the game, you know, in real time, and now you guys could, you know, successfully play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep in 2019 on your PlayStation Vita. So I'll meet y'all guys back once this process is done. Okay, guys, so my Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep game has successfully transferred over, as you see here. And now you should see your Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep ISO basically in your ISO folder once it's fully completed. And now what you want to do is go ahead, back out to VitaShell, and now go back to your XMB. And now what you want to do is go ahead and run Adrenaline just like normal. And now from there, you just want to go ahead and wait for it till it boots. You should hear the lovely PlayStation Portable, you know, intro boot sound. And now you want to go ahead where it says memory stick. And now from memory stick, you now should see your game. So in this case, just boot it like a normal PlayStation Portable game if you were back in the day. It's almost like how the PlayStation Portable custom firmware works, essentially. But now as you see, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is running in real time. You can hear the audio from my PlayStation Portable. I'm probably going to just skip this scene because I don't want to get copyrighted, because I noticed when I did another Kingdom Hearts video and played the intro song, they were going to flag it. So yeah, let me just skip that real quick. So go ahead and start a new game. As you can see right here, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is fully running. With that being said, my name is Nagato, and I'm signing out. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate y'all, you know, liking my stuff, retweeting it out there, and it really means the world to me. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.